Good evening to all and welcome to the session. Before we go to the actual session, I would like to talk about top batches from top educators. All these batches are starting from 15th September, that is tomorrow. And what are the batches? Team All Stars, SSC, CGL, and CHSL 2021-22 exams, 15th September. Set to Brahmastra batch, all government exams, banks, and SSC. SSC, CGL, and CHSL 2021 exams. The duration of each batch, it is a full year. Foundation course on English, grammar plus vocabulary. And there's a strong lineup of batches. What are the features of these batches? Full syllabus coverage for all SSC exams. Top educators of the country. Unlimited access PDF. Study material unlimited. Access to tests. Weekly quiz and mock tests, dedicated doubt clearing sessions. And these are the batches. Have a look. But this feature doesn't go with you people. It is only for plus students. Ask a doubt feature. That's a very useful feature. Another feature, raise hand, that also goes with plus students. There's so many offers from Unacademy, September offers. Please go through all these offers. And every Sunday there is a combat SSC combat test. You have to answer 40 questions in 50 minutes. You can win scholarship from a pool of 1 lakh. Based on your rank, you get the scholarship. If you use my referral code Murthy10, you get additional 10% discount. All set, let's crack it. Now we'll go to, today I have brought about 20 questions. All these questions are based on grammar knowledge, error location, and 10 idioms. These questions are not that easy. Read the sentences very carefully and try to spot the error. Please go to question number 1. Read the sentence and try to spot the error. First, you have to tell which part is not correct, then what is wrong with that part. Mrs. Dorai would rather spend a quiet evening than attending a party. Where is the error? And today the questions are quite challenging, not easy. You got to read carefully and meticulously. Good evening to all of you. A little late. Soumya says B but question mark. Nothing wrong with A. Nothing wrong with B. Obviously, it should be either C or D. Which one will you choose? Quiet. Quiet means what? Quiet means very, quite big, very big. Quiet means calm. Nothing wrong with that. Quiet evening. Perfect. There is an error. This question is about a particular sentence pattern. What is that pattern? Would rather. Would rather plus than. Here you see would rather. You also see than. No problem. But after that, we cannot use a verb in ing form. We have to use a verb in the basic form. Based on that, I would rather spend, I'll change to make it easy for you guys. I would rather spend a quiet evening than attend a party. Attending is not correct. It should be attend a party. I will give one more example. I would I would rather spend time with you than go there. We cannot use going. I would rather spend time with you than go there. Have you got it? First one, not easy. No one could get it right. As I said today, all the questions are quite challenging. You got to be good at English grammar, only then you can answer. And mind you guys, all these questions are from previous year's papers. You can assess the standards. where you stand, and the questions, the standards of the exam. A rise in rents and wages have been found to go together. Oh, Mondal, you're here. Good. Try to answer the second question. Varaprasad says B is not correct. I will accept. B, there is a problem. But Varaprasad, you have to tell what exactly is the problem. Why is it not correct? Second part. Pleasure to have you, Mondal. Answer my question. What is the subject of this sentence? Please answer my question. What is the subject of this sentence? Subject. It's good. Many students have got it right. But I want you guys to answer my question. What is the subject? Arise. Arise is the subject. After that, you have a phrase in rents and wages. Never consider, usually English writers in English language, the basic sentence pattern is subject, verb, and object. But sometimes what happens, only subject, verb, object, we cannot convey a lot of information. Then writers, what they do, they add phrases and clauses to the subject, or they add phrases, clauses to the object. Never consider, I would like to reiterate, never consider a phrase or a clause after the subject. Put it in brackets. Then you go to rise, third person singular. Ask yourself, will you say have or has? Answer will be has. A rise has been found. No confusion. Thank you, Mondal. Thank you very much. And pleasure is mine. What is this question about? Subject verb agreement. Every competitive exam, when they ask questions related to errors, do remember at least one question based on subject verb agreement. Here, arise is a subject, singular has. And once you get the answer, you have to look beyond. What else can you learn from this question? There is one important word, verb, arise, and confusing verbs. Two verbs come under as a pair. Confusing verbs, arise, erase. In so many competitive exams, they've given questions related to these two. How to remember? You have to use a grammar knowledge. Rise, rose, risen. It is an irregular verb and it cannot take an object. It is an intransitive verb. Erase, erased, erased. That is a regular verb. And also it can take an object. That means a transitive verb. Here, rise in something, there is no object. So a rise has been found. Please go to question number 3. I know. Arise is singular, we need to use has. Very good. That clarity is important. This is a tough question. Very good. Prasad has got it right. And Gautam says B. It is not. Nothing wrong with that. I, who is to blame. Here, many students think it should be to be blamed. You can say, I am not to blame, I am not to be blamed. To blame, nothing wrong with that. To be blamed, usually we use that expression. Then where is the error? There is an error in the second part. What is it? It is not I who is to be blamed. It is not me. We have to use a pronoun in the object form. I is a subject form and me is the object form. What is the subject form of this pronoun, first person singular, I? Here we cannot use the subject form. It is not me who should be blamed. You cannot blame me. I will give another example. You cannot blame. We don't say I. You cannot blame me. So it is not me to be blamed. I hope you got it. Question number 4. My uncle has left for Bombay last Saturday. There's a common error, and they have given in many competitive exams. Where is the error? No, no. I don't know how you guys read the sentence, but when I read the sentence, I always read a sentence looking for the time phrase. Now, what is the time phrase here? Last Saturday. That goes into the past. Then we are supposed to use past tense. But here it is in present perfect. It is not correct. We have to strike off the helping verb has. Then what is the sentence? My uncle left for Bombay last Saturday. Had is not required, Gautam. Had is not required. My uncle left, that is enough. We cannot use past perfect. We have to use past tense. Only past tense, not past perfect. And what is a common error? A lot of people use present perfect tense plus time in past. This is a wrong combination. Never use present perfect plus independent time in past. Wrong combination. If you use present perfect, don't use a time. And if you use a time, use past tense without any preposition, independent time. But this question is important, not only this particular aspect. Another common error, he left to Bombay yesterday. A lot of people say this. Answer my question, is this right or wrong? He left to Bombay yesterday. Is that right or wrong? He left to Bombay. It is wrong. Why is it wrong? The verb leave. Leave takes a preposition for. Some place, Bombay, Delhi, that doesn't matter. So to is not correct. We have to use here left for Bombay. For should be used, not to. Common error, people say he left to Bombay. That is in usage, but it's not correct. He left for Bombay. That is correct. That you have to recollect. But for my help. Yes, that is a standard phrase. You would have got injured, but for my help. Please go to question number 5. We went with Guptas to a movie called Diwar. Oh, this is pretty old. 1970s or 80s movie. Amitabh Bachchan. Where is the error? We went with Guptas to a movie called Diwar. No, went to a movie. Nothing wrong with that. B is correct. There is an error in the second part. But what is the error? That is very important. Otherwise, it becomes a wild guess. No, no, there is an error in the second part, private working aspirant. There is an error in B. What is the error? We went with the Guptas. When we use the surname to convey the idea, Mr. and Mrs., Mr. and Mrs., husband and wife, then we should use the definite article the. We went with the Guptas. We went with the Smiths. No apostrophe. Soumya. No apostrophe here. The Guptas surname, usually it goes with English names and English culture, and we say the Smiths. The Smiths means what? Mr. and Mrs. couple. We are talking about the couple. Then we use a surname in the plural form, and we use a definite article the. Have you guys got it? The Smiths, the Guptas. Yes. An important question. They have given in many exams. Once an old hermit saw a cat pounce upon a rat. Yes. Where is the error? Question number 6. Once an old hermit saw a cat. Gautam has got it right. There is an error in the third part, that is C. I will write a few examples. I saw him coming. I saw him writing. In this pattern, we should use a verb in the ing form. Based on that, once an old hermit saw a cat, not pounce, saw a cat pouncing, pouncing upon a rat. We have to use a verb in the ing form. Then it is correct. I saw him running. We don't say I saw him run. I saw him running. This is an important question. If you get this right, you should be very happy. First you answer, then I will tell you why it is important. Yes, Manish Kumar, pouncing is correct. Madhav, oh, you are here. Pouncing upon. Pounce upon, jump onto something. Questions are very difficult. I will tell you something interesting. The candidate who got 182 out of 200, he also found a few questions very difficult. He has already got 182 out of 200. Even that student has found a few questions, not too many, a few questions very difficult, very tough. Now, where is the error? Lay your books aside and lay down to rest. First, you have to recollect the word lie. It can be a noun, lie can be a verb, but lie can be a regular verb, it can be an irregular verb. As a regular verb, to tell a lie, lie, lied, lied. As an irregular verb, lie, lay, laying. It has two meanings. One is to be in the horizontal position while relaxing. The other one to be in a particular state for a long time. The problem here, we have another verb, lay. Lay, laid, laid. Means what? To put something down. And the combinations, lay things, lay babies, foundation stone, roads, rules, regulations, all these. And here, books. Lay your books aside, nothing wrong, perfect. Coming to the second clause, down to rest. Idea is to be in that horizontal position to relax. Then we cannot use lie. It should be lay. It should be lie. When someone says, I'm tired, what do you say? Why don't you lie down? So lie down to rest for a while. This is correct, and lay is not correct. I think many students have got it right. Highly appreciable. Question number 8. The families are living in Gulmohar Park for the last 2 decades. This is an easy one for those who know, who have learned grammar already and they know tenses, very good at tenses, an easy question. You don't need more than a second to answer this. A few seconds, not a second, a few seconds. Very good. Mondal has got it right. What is the reason? Whenever you read a sentence, please make it a habit. When you read a sentence, you look for the time phrase. What is the time phrase in this sentence? For the last 2 decades. Expressions like time phrases like for the last 2 hours, for the last 2 months, for the last 2 decades, these go with present perfect and present perfect continuous. But specifically for the last 2 hours, here we can also say for the past 2 decades, present perfect. But here it is in present continuous, not correct. It should be the families, plural, have been living in Gulmohar Park for the last 2 decades. And which tense is this? Present, perfect, continuous. Present perfect continuous tense. Very good. Generally, we use a particular question, 2 words. when we use questions in present perfect continuous and also present perfect. What are those two words? How long? How long have you been living here? How long have you been living here? How long have you been waiting for the bus? How long have you been learning English? Typical questions. Present perfect continuous. Please go to question number 9. There is a Bach's violin concerto. Generally, we use the word concert. Concert means what? Musical program. Either vocal or instrumental concert. Where is the error? Have you spotted the error? First, you have to tell the part. Then you have to tell, there is an error. The sentence is not correct. Nothing wrong with this. Someone's violin concert. It is based on sheer common sense, presence of mind. When you say 6 p.m., it's obvious in the evening. We don't have to use this evening. That is a redundancy. Have you got it? Already 6 p.m. 6 p.m. means morning or evening. Please answer my question. When you say 6 p.m., you should not use this evening. If you don't mention p.m., there is a Bach's violins concerto on the radio. On the radio, nothing wrong with that. At 6 this evening, that is correct. But the moment you mention 6 p.m., you cannot use this evening. And I would like to give a few expressions that go with redundancy. People say red in color. Red talks about color. You don't have to say in color. They also say big in size. Big talks about size. You don't have to say in size. Hope you guys are listening carefully. 10 talks about number. You don't have to say 10 in number. Not correct. Other common redundant expressions which are important from the exam point of view. People say return back. Right or wrong? Return means to come back. You cannot say back. And IT sector, they use revert back. Wrong. And also, a lot of people say repeat again. Wrong. And funny, some people say widow woman. Is this right or wrong? A widow means a woman who has lost her husband. So, yes, all these are common errors. Please go to question number 10. Let us spend a few minutes in the park. This is an important question. What is wrong with this? Where is the error? What is this? Funeral service. Yes. Very good. Mondal has got it right. Then Manohar Prasad, private working aspirant. When we use the word let us play cricket, let us do something, then the question tag should be shall we? Shall we? Let's go somewhere, shall we? That is the correct question tag. Even this has been given in many exams. Very important. This again, an important question. Shall we? Yes, Ayush Verma, you're right. Balu Nayak, Madhav, Gautam, almost all the students have got it right. Wonderful. Please read question number 11, not 11, 11. Hardly, scarcely, barely. All these take when, no sooner, takes than. What is wrong with the first part? Yes, I do agree. There is an error in the first part. But what is it? Shristi. What is wrong with the first part? Oh, private working aspirant has already answered. There are two dimensions. Please listen carefully. Whenever you come across expressions like no sooner, hardly, scarcely, barely, first you have to think of the combination words. Hardly, scarcely, barely, they take the word when. No sooner takes the word than. No sooner and than. So combination is correct. But the second dimension, the clause after these words, it should be in interrogative form, not in affirmative. Inversion is required. So she had is not correct. It should be had she. Had she realized, that is correct. Perfect. Wonderful. They have given this in so many exams. This is also an important one. Where is the error? Good evening. Oh, Nagamani. After a long time. Pleasant surprise. Looks like you are very busy preparing for different exams. No one has responded. Question number 12. Two names are missing off late. One is Nagamaleshwari, the other one is Nagamani. Here we have the primary auxiliary to be in the past form. You have learned a rule. What is it? After the primary auxiliary be or to be, we cannot use a pronoun in the object form. It should be in the subject form. Imagine there's a knock on the door. I will say, who is that? Modern English, people say, it's me, but it is not correct. Is the primary auxiliary to be, the helping verb to be, and we have to say, it is I. It was I. Answer is, the first part there is an error related to, no, me is not correct, I is correct. Ayush Verma. It was I, not me. You have to use a pronoun in the, what is the pronoun here? First person singular. It should be in the subject form, not in the object form. Good evening, Akshay. A little late, but no problem. He asked whether either of the brothers were at home. Today the questions are quite challenging. I don't accept the word confusing, private working aspirant. Challenging. Preparing for mains. I wish you all the best. He asked whether either. There's a clue for you. I will write three words, each, either, neither. What are these? Which part of speech? Just answer my question. These are nouns or pronouns or verbs or adjectives. What are these? These are pronouns. Then you ask the question, which type of pronoun? These are distributive pronouns. There's one rule that goes with distributive pronouns. What is it? They are three in number. They always take a singular verb. What is the rule? They always take a singular verb. So here, either of the brothers were is not correct. It should be was at home. There ends the matter. On the time of the opening ceremony of the theatre, a large crowd had assembled. Where is the error? An easy one if you read the newspapers, a standard expression, a standard phrase. Yes, yes. Either, each, neither. All the three you have to remember. Manohar Prasad. They are distributive pronouns. All the three take a singular verb. We don't say on the time. What do we say? At the time of the opening ceremony. At the time. That's why I said there's a standard phrase at the time of the opening ceremony. We don't say on. But there's another expression where we use the preposition on. On the eve of the Independence Day, the Republic Day, or on the eve of the New Year, Pongal, Christmas, any festival also we say on the eve of, then it is correct. But given sentence at the time of, on the eve of something means what? On the occasion of something. Please go to question number 15, an important question. If you know the rule, it is easy. You don't know the rule, it is not easy. As simple as that. On the occasion of, on the eve of. Yes, yes, same meaning. 15, a few students have responded. Many a student have passed. They say have is not correct. It should be has. On what basis? Answer my question. What is the subject of this sentence? Just answer the question. What is the subject? Subject of this sentence. The subject is a phrase. What is that phrase? Many a. Many a is a phrase. That phrase is a subject, not students. No, 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 no. Many a. That is a subject. It's a phrase. And this phrase, many a, has got a rule. What is that rule? It always takes a singular verb and a singular noun. It takes what? A singular verb, a singular noun. Many a student, singular noun, so it is correct. But here there's a plural verb, not correct. We have to use a singular verb. Based on that, many a student has passed the IIT examination. Not have, has is correct. It is about the phrase many a. Question number 16. This is also an important question. First you answer, then I will tell you why it is important. Noun and plural verb. Look at the difference. Many students have turned up today. Many students have turned up today. Many, plural, plural noun, plural verb. But many it changes. When this time or it is it is time, it is high time. After these two expressions, you have to use a clause in the past tense. Based on that, it is time you decide is not correct. It is did. On your text is not correct related to that, but only one error. What is it? It is time you decided. It is time you went there. It is time you did something. It should be in past. This is also an important question. If you read meticulously, you will be able to spot the error. Yes, yes, all these are questions from previous. No second thoughts about that. Is that clear? I wanted all these questions are from previous year's papers. It is time that you decide. No, that we don't use. It is time you decided to do. Where is the error? Question number 7. Surprising. How come? What is the answer for question number 17? No, no. Truth. What is the word truth? Before abstract nouns, generally speaking, we should not use any specific. Then we have to use a definite article the, and it is specific. Then there is an error in the first part. After knowing the truth, there. Question number 18. But of it, this is also an important question, not easy. At my end, is any problem at my end, or there's a problem at your end? Internet speed is 200. He's a university professor, but of his three sons, two persons or two things we use either. But here, how many? Three. Then we cannot use, it should be none. Here it should be more than two, you have neither. There is no buffering, I don't think so. Respond. Do you have? Oh, everything is all right. There's no problem. What is this conversation? Is it all right? Gautam and Prasad, are they related? Anyhow, is none. Question number 19. A cup of coffee is an excellent complement to smoked salmon. Where is the error? Please answer question number 19. Oh, you guys are related. Very good. Who is this? Mondal says no error. That is the answer. Here, compliment I, that goes with praising or a gift, not related. And compliment something that completes. Compliment, they have used the right word. Nothing wrong with smoked salmon. They smoke the salmon, smoked the salmon. Absolutely no problem. Answer is no error. Sentence is correct. Perfect. Contextually, grammatically. Now go to question number 20, the last one. When I read his book, I implied from it that he never understood women. So where is the error? Tutorials Manas Sir Odisha. Interesting. What is the answer for the last one? When I read his book, I implied from it that he never understood women. No, no. There is an error in the second part. After reading a book, yes, Mondal, you got it right. You try to infer, it is not implied. Implied is not relevant here. Inference, inferred. Yes, very good. When I read his book, I inferred from it that he never understood women. No, 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 no. Implied doesn't go with the context. Infer, inference, conclusion. The $1 million question, out of 20, has anyone got 15 plus? 17 plus, good. 15 plus also appreciable. Please go to the last 10 questions based on idioms. Try to answer quickly. 16, that is good. 15, that's also good. Quite challenging. The officer is fed up. 13, good enough. Not easy. Today the questions are quite challenging. A few mistakes here and there. Fed up, actually, it's a phrasal verb. Annoyed, not disgusted, not pleased, not satisfied. We use the word actually. Fed up means frustrated, totally frustrated, irritated, exasperated. Very good. We tend to take for granted the conveniences of modern life. Usually we say, don't take anything for granted, don't take anyone for granted. Assumptions are very dangerous. What is the answer? To consider. No, no. To admit. To accept readily. Don't take anything for granted. Don't accept anything readily. The Madagascar coup, P is silent here, attempt ended in a fiasco. Yes, ended, something ended in a fiasco. This is an important one. Goes with written English. Something ends in a fiasco. What does it mean? Complete failure. That means utter failure. Was an utter failure. No, no. Answer is the second option. Utter failure. White elephant. This has been given in different competitive exams many a time. What is the meaning of the idiom white elephant? Expensive possession, difficult to maintain. Exact wording. Expensive and difficult to maintain. To bury the hatchet, even this has been given in many competitive exams. It goes with Red Indians, indigenous people of the North American continent, indigenous people. You should also local people. The word aboriginals. What does it mean? End a fight. They look for peace. End a fight. These are new ones, but those who attended maintain peace. That's right. Those who attended the Hindu editorial analysis, same idioms. The last five. To paddle one's own canoe, canoeing, adventure sport. Manage independently. That's right. No, no, manage independently. To be on your own. Apple of one's eye, someone's eye. What is the answer? Seventh one. He is the apple of the manager's eye. Very dear to someone. You can also think of the word favorite. Someone's favorite. Third option. Sum and substance of something. Yes, third option. Go to the eighth one. Sum and substance of something. Summary. Other options are not correct. Here you should also recollect the word gist, the gist of something. Pouring cold water on someone or something. Pour cold water. Yes. This is an easy one, should not be a problem. Diksha says third option, but for which one? Ninth one, it is to discourage doing something. When you discourage, pour cold water. This is a bit difficult. Eat anyone's salt. What is the meaning of that? To be one's guest, we also say someone's guest. To be someone's guest or to be one's guest. That's right. That's all for today. Hope you guys have got enriched. Thanks for being with me till 18 past 8. Good night to all of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.